Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 and today we're back in Castle Flipper to complete the Royal Landlord's house. So in the last episode we built the structure of the house and we've done the bathroom and this beautiful bedroom. With our little tiny porch here, just a flower pot on a bench, but it gives some views out over the rest of the town. And we've got quite a nice house view there. That's the guest house that we're going to be using for visiting dignitaries for the castle. I really like having the little carpet around the bed there. I love the way that looks. And then here's our little bathroom area. Nice and simple, but it's got everything that you need. We want to entice our Royal Landlord into our town, so we want to make sure he's got some nice digs to live in. Very pretty house we're in right now. We need to do the downstairs of the house today to finish off this house and get him moved in. So here's the back door, which is where we've got our garden area. We wanted 6 plots of garden. We didn't ask for any plants, so we've added a few in for ourselves. We've added a bird bath and a little bit of seating here as well at the front. We've got a nice little garden, and there's still space in front of the house if he wants to add anything extra himself. I really like the little balcony in the corner. So we've got this nice entrance to the house and then a little balcony to sit on upstairs. So we're going to make this an open plan living area. So we want a seating area, a dining area and a small kitchen. I think we'll tuck the kitchen in near the front door, as we've got this nice little corner here. That would be quite nice to put units up against the wall, won't it? So we'll use the traditional piece of kitchen here. So we've got the little cutout to put a bowl of water in there to do some washing and preparing the food and stuff. If I can get it to sit properly. Now, why is it sitting so far away from the wall? Oh, it's the shutter. The shutter's open inwards, that's why it won't let me put it in. Right now, if we shut the shutter, we can probably put that back to the wall. Beautiful. I like to use these cabinets. They're the closest to like a fitted kitchen that we've got in this game. So let's see. I haven't really used them, so let's see if we can actually make like a little countertop for working on. If we could try and line them up next to each other. And oh, wait, did that just move? Did I not have things lined up properly? These don't snap to each other, so it's actually more difficult to fit them together than it looks. Well, this is a little bit fiddly. Now they're all very close together, I think they might be interfering with each other. So I think what we're going to have to do is move them away and try again. I'd just like to see if this will work. Actually, are we right up against the wall in the first place? Let's try again with the first one, make sure it's as close to the wall as we can. I think it pretty much is. So now let's line the second one up onto that one. So that looks like it's next to it, but when you drop it, it kind of drops a bit and it's not quite as lined up. This is much more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I think we can go a little bit further back, can't it? Let's move the one in the middle. Right, so you can't push them right next to each other, I don't think, because then they interfere with each other and kind of push each other out of the way. So I think you are going to have to leave a little tiny gap, possibly, between them. Oh wait, that almost lined up there. Yeah, I think it might be possible to get them very well lined up, but I think you're going to have to spend a lot of time trying to make sure they're in position. So if you leave just the tiniest little gap, that actually looks quite good. I like that. Yeah, so that's nice, but you do have to spend a bit of time making sure it's all lined up properly. But yeah, that looks quite nice. Let's use the narrower one right on the end here. If I can get the line up right a tiny bit further back. That actually looks really nice, doesn't it? Okay, you have to spend a bit of time lining them up, but it looks quite nice. Right, let's put a little bit of like kitchen stuff in here, so we'll have a nice big pot for cooking. Pretty flour, a bit of colour. What else shall we do? We do some like baskets of food and stuff maybe. Bread is a good staple. We always want bread and cheese. That's a very big staple of food, isn't it? And then whatever fresh produce you can get your hands on. Some grains. Some apples. Let's have some of the cheese. I said bread and cheese is your staple. Let's have some cheese. Oh, that looks really nice actually. With the shutters and the pieces of wood. Oh, I like that. Very pretty. So I think the dining table should go here, next to our kitcheny area. So we want a nice big table. I really like this. It's a nice finish of wood and it kind of matches the wood on the kitchen units that we've put in. And then we'll use the nice dining chair. That's the only one with the little like crown on it for the highest quality dining chair, so we'll use this one a lot. That's why, because it's the only one with the mark of quality crown on it. So we'll put 6 chairs in. So Royal Landlord probably will have people come to visit, talk about property and stuff. Nice fancy candelabra in the centre. Let's light that too. Nice. Right, so we've got our dining room area and our kitchen. So I think we could use some big fancy soft chairs, maybe for business meetings or just for lounging after a hard day of business work. Right, so where are we going to put our... I might move things around a little bit here, so I want a couple of big sofas. Maybe we should put a big roaring fire on that open piece of wall there. Yeah, fireplaces. So what should we go for? That's a little bit too big, isn't it? So I think we'll go for the fancy black one. In this wall section, yeah. Yes, I think that's going to work, and then we can place our sofas to either side of that, I think. And then maybe some carpets. So what should we use? We use the one with the crown on it, the 181, the brown zigzaggy pattern one. They've run out of money again. Let us go and visit our landlord guy. We need to pick up a bit of money so we can pay him. Our tax collector, who collects our rents for us. Treasurer. He's officially called our treasurer. Keep saying he's our tax guy, he's our rent guy, our treasurer, and our cleaner. Our cleaner works very, very hard and gets paid very well for her work. So our miner and our lumberjack have been doing a good job too. And our storekeeper will collect all the boxes of things to send out. There's our cart full of stuff. Bye bye Horsey. Horsey work hard. Make sure Horsey gets nice foods. We need to build Horsey a stable, don't we, so he can rest at night. Put him some nice hay and stuff in. Now maybe we can put in our carpets and move our sofas a little bit closer, possibly to the fireplace. So I said we were going to use the zigzaggy one with the crown on it, for 180 coins. I think we might need to move that a little bit further forward. Maybe we could put something against the wall behind the chairs. Now near the doors, let's have the big hide rug things. They're more expensive, and they're the crown ones again. Maybe some sort of shelving, some more fancy shelving for like books and things. No, that's not what we're looking for. Maybe they're under closets. Some fancy, yeah, there, look, there's the big fancy bookcase things. Maybe if we could put them, yeah, if we move the, yeah, I think we're going to have to move the sofa or the table forward and put it on this big wall here. I think the sofa is definitely the best thing to move forward because we've got plenty of space to remove things around just to make sure they're in the right spot. Let's put that there, yeah. And then we need to move the carpet a little bit further forward. How's that? Maybe we put something there behind the table as well. How about the other fancy bookcase, the other style of one? Put that there, and then we need to just move that. Oh, that chair's quite far back from the table, so we just need to move that chair. Yeah, that works. I like that. That's good. How about a little bit of these fancy vases? How about one of each? Just for a little bit more sumptuous decoration, to show the wealth of the guy. Maybe a potted plant or two. So we put one here near the doors as well. Maybe we put a little like shelving unit on this wall, like a small cupboardy thing. Yeah, like one of these fancy fronted ones, look. Just going to have to turn all the way around. Something like this will look quite nice here, I think. I really like the look of this particular cabinet with all that fancy like fretwork carving on the front. And then a book on top of it, just again, looks quite a luxury item. It's got quite a good collection of books here, look, see? And a nice painting, and my favourite one, the fruit one, on the big wall in the dining room area. I like that there. I think this is looking really good actually. I think we might have everything we need in here now. So let's have a look. Is he happy to move in? He is, look, we have well made everything work. Beautiful, we can move in our Royal Landlord. The Royal Landlord is responsible for managing King's lands and real estate. He acts as a land broker, finds valuable plots of land to purchase and flip. Oh, nice. Which you can then sell with profit. In exchange for his services, he requires free accommodation and cleaning service. Ah, so that's where we get to flip land and plots and houses and things. Oh, awesome. Oh, I look forward to playing with that. We'll probably do that in the next episode. Have a look at doing that. I really like this room. I think it's turned out beautifully, and I really like our kitchen area as well. I think that's one of our prettier kitchens because of the way we've decorated it. But yeah, this is really pretty. Really like that. So that's our Royal Landlord moved in. So let's have a look. Are there any more? Oh, Mage Teacher Tavern. So there aren't any more special royal people to move in that will do services for us. So we've just got people that we can rent to. So we could definitely build some more rental houses and rent some more out. I think we should do that because we seem to be running out of money all the time. But what I was thinking is this little plot of land here that we've got surrounded by roads. We were talking about maybe making that a little pretty area because it's so close to the front gates, so it looks like a pretty communal area and it looks nice when people first walk into our town. So what I was thinking is we can make this a little pretty square area. So we did have some fountains, didn't we? We looked at those with the Royal Landlord's house. There it is, look, in the middle. I was thinking maybe we could put one or two of the fountains, maybe a well or two near the front entrance of the gate as well. Maybe if we put a well over here for general access for everyone, and then we make this pretty area like with the fountains and some seating and maybe some pretty plants, and just makes our city look good when first impressions when people first walk through the gates. So I think it's big enough to do that, isn't it? Yeah. So if we put a fountain at either end, put some seating around it. There's a curved bench as well as that straight one that we used at the Royal Landlord's house. There, look, there's the curved one. So if we put them front and back of the fountains, and then we make sure everything's pretty much lined up, and then we can put some lighting maybe in the corners and some plants in the middle and around the lights, and just make it pretty. Just try and make sure everything's kind of lined up. It doesn't have to be perfect because I don't want to be here for hours and hours and hours. I think you'd get bored if I'm being persnickety about every little detail, but I just do want it to work quite nicely. So can we use that big tree again? Yeah. So that's like our centrepiece. Okay, and it gives you some shade if it's a bright sunny day when you come to sit down. I don't think we really want to use anything else though. We want lights though, I think. We want some lighting because it's a little bit dark. So what have we got in the way of street lamps? So we've got ones that go on the wall. So is that the only street lamp that's actually freestanding? Yes, because most of them look like they should be attached to walls, don't they? So yes, I think this one is our only freestanding lamppost. But it looks quite nice actually. So if we put one of these in each of the four corners and then light them up, or should we actually put three? Yeah, let's put one in each of the corners and then one sort of halfway along. And we need to rotate it by 180 degrees for the opposite side. So one in each end and one right in the centre. just to make sure everything's nice and light, so people can meet up in the evenings as well, just to chat, catch up with their friends, make new friends, that sort of thing. So what does that look like? Let's see. How much light do these put into the area? Oh, that does put quite a bit of light in. Oh, I quite like that. We'll have to remember that. We could put some of those maybe around the streets as well, once we've finished building the layout of the streets. So I think what we want to do is add a little bit of the floral decoration to each of the corners, and then maybe some around the tree in the centre. So we'll sort of maybe match things in the corners, or maybe not. I'll sort of generally put things in similar locations, but like I said, I'm not going to make it absolutely identical. I just want it to look pretty. Maybe we use a pot. I kind of feel like I'd like to use the pot, but I don't want it to be like in the way, so I think we'll put the pot... Oh no, we've run out of money. I was going to say we'll put the pot near our Royal Landlord, but we ran out of money. And then we'll do a few more plants in the centre section. Oh no, we can't get our treasurer to collect our rent because we don't have enough money. Yeah, we definitely want to let out a few more places. In fact, maybe off camera I'll rerun the throne room mission off the board a couple of times, because we get about 10,000 coins through doing that. Maybe I'll run that a couple of times off camera so we've got a bit more money to start the episode again. I've done that a couple of times already. Or maybe we'll just go straight into using some of the new landlords' plots. We'll see. Let's put a few more plants out to make this pretty. For our city first impressions, we want to be kind of nice. Yeah, see, it's already looking better. We've got a little bit of foliage and stuff, and maybe we'll put some green foliage near the tree in the centre as well, just to add that little bit more texture and prettiness to the area. So it's something pretty to look at, and a nice first impression of our town. Maybe put that in the corner at the side there, like that. Yeah, I like these because it's just quite bright red, and there's not as much colour in a lot of it's very foliagey, so it all blends in quite nicely, but it is nice to have a little splash of colour, and that red is quite bright and nice. And I really like this posy of purple and white as well. See, that none of the corners are identical, but they've got similar plants and stuff, but they're in slightly different positions. So I've got a little bit of a profusion of floral prettiness around the corners. And we've got our tree in the middle. I think that looks quite nice actually, as it is. Definitely a better first impression, rather than that just that barren plot of land with a little bit of grass in it. There's our Royal Landlord. So there you go. Buy an area. Today's offer costs $2,000. So I think that's what we'll do in the next episode. We'll try a couple of his new plots of land and see what that's like. But I do like this new little square. I think it adds a lot to the appearance of our town. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. From SoftKitty99, goodbye and happy gaming!